Hi, good morning. It's Pete Norstead here. I'm just going to quickly go through the morning markets, just a couple of morning markets. Some of you might be aware I've been away for the past week, so we're just sort of catching up on all this now. I intend to start doing these regularly. Uh, what I'll do going forward, I'll do some the night before and some in the morning. We can have a look at the morning markets. First of all, what you do, you find this on the morning footy. The day's matches come up, and what I like to do first, I like to go by the volume, because that's where obviously the money's coming in and coming out of the market. Now, what we got to look at here is what is different um, from Betfair from the glory days of 15 years ago to now. This is the type of money that you'd have seen on a Thursday evening, in the markets. You could start looking and trading the markets Thursday morning, Thursday evening. Now, this type of money is only coming in on the Saturday. There isn't as much of it, so this is a harder thing to do. What I wouldn't suggest that people do is start really lumping a lot of money in. I wouldn't do that these days, obviously, because Betfair can go down and can leave you in a world of grief. But anyway, that's a different matter, really. Let's have a look at what we sort of look for. If we have a look at the top, we see there's 270,000 has been traded on the Man City Newcastle game. These are the Betfair odds: 178 Man City, 4.1 the draw, 5 Newcastle. Pinnacle odds 1.78 Man City, 4.06 the draw, 4.51 the away side. Now, what we're looking for here is anything that's in orange means that the price is significantly different and lower than it is on the Betfair market, and that is interesting. But Pinnacle are sort of like the leaders, and that's the prices tend to follow the Pinnacle prices. But anyway, let's have a look at the Manchester City Newcastle game. So what this is showing us here is Manchester City, the home side. 269,000 has been traded on the match, of which Manchester City have taken 192,000 of that. Now, we don't know whether that money is to back or to lay City. Their current price is 1.78, so they've taken 71.5% of the book. However, the implied price, 1.78 to the 56.18, they've taken 15% more of the book. So here we can see here there's an implied difference to now and book difference to now, and basically what this highlights is whether it's pink or blue. Pink means that the money it's tending to drift. Blue means the price is coming in. So what we like to see, really, a perfect storm, is where you see a green and then you see blue. However, this money, again, here could be to lay Manchester City, so we don't know. Here, we can see during the evening, Manchester City 1.76, 1.75, and they have started to drift. These are these solid blue. Now, I like to see this type of thing. Obviously, from 7 o'clock, it seems to have maybe turned. I mean, what I would do here, I would have a look at this, and again in an hour's time, because there's still quite a few, still quite a way before the game kicks off. I would have a look and see if that's solid pink. Then Manchester City could be a lay here, and that's where you would look. That's where you see solid pinks and solid blues. Solid blues, the price could come in. See, as we can see here, and then, like I say, pinks is a lay. It looks here, Manchester City, Newcastle, if they can, go through the 5, then that could, go down. But if we go back, we have a look here. 4.51. So they're 4.51 in Pinnacle. So you could look to back Newcastle. That Newcastle price could come in. If we have a look at the Liverpool-Bournemouth game, we can see here, like I say, 218,000, 174,000 Liverpool have taken. Price is 1.24. They've taken 79.93% of the book, and the implied price is 80.65. So the book to implied difference, 72%. 0.72%, sorry. So, yeah, we've got sort of blue here coming in. I don't see this price moving much difference, much more here. You see there's an array of sort of pinks and blues. This is where I ignore it. When it starts going pink and blue, that's no signals to me. This is a game, to be honest, that I would look to ignore. Spurs v Manchester United. Manchester United favourites, 2.42 on Betfair, 2.38 Pinnacle. See here they've taken 58,000 of 134,000, 43%, so 2.65. But again, a little bit wishy-washy, blues and pinks. Wolves against Brighton. 120,000. Brighton have taken 80,000. Price is 1.94. They're taking 67% of the book. Applied price 51.55. So 15% more. But again, you see you're looking at blues and pinks. Nothing really much happening in the market there. We don't know any sort of movement. This is why it's good to sort of come and look at this every half hour. The best time really on a Saturday really to look at these markets is around, if you're an early bird, it's to look around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, because that's when the action starts to happen. QPR versus Ipswich. There's an interesting one there. Ipswich 1.86 on Pinnacle, 1.91 on Betfair. That could be of interest. Yeah, that's quite interesting there. They've taken a hell of a lot more of the book. 83,000, and Ipswich are taking 74,000. You see that the price has come in during, but here, like what's starting to happen now, there's starting to be solid bits of blue. If you can start getting some solid blue there, that price could come in. That is an interesting one. Let's have a look at the Pinnacle prices. Here, Ipswich 1.86. Yeah, I think that would be quite an interesting one to start looking at. They've taken a hell of a lot more of the book. That's something that I would be interested in. Yes, you can probably back Ipswich at 1.91. That could come in. Like I said, they're taking a lot more of the book. And then what you would do, if you went in at 1.91, you'd put your stop loss at 1.94. We'll deal with stop losses as we go through the season, but if you do set a stop loss, stick with it. So if you entered at 1.91, put your stop loss at 1.94. If it goes into 1.90, then you can put your stop loss back into 1.993, whatever. So that's the best way of doing that. Let's have a look here. Paris Saint-Germain. Again, solid blues. They've taken a lot more. They've taken 91% of the book here. 3 at 31. So I don't know what they are. 1.64 Pinnacle, 1.64 Betfair. You see here, they could have reached a sort of resistance point. Could be 1.65, 1.64. It's a difficult one to know, really. But that, again, mind you, though, when they're playing Toulouse, they're going to take a lot of the ball. But again, we don't know whether that money is to back or lay. I'm not sure I want to get involved there. Yeah, again, there's not really much money in these markets. Interesting one here where 1.75 on Betfair, 1.78 on Pinnacle. Let's have a look at this one. Mind you, though, look, it's also, this is where, like I say, timing is a great look at all this solid blue here. Like it's gone from 1.83, 1.84, all through solid blue. You know, they take more of the book, and now the price has jumped in. We've just missed that. You see, this is where you know, if you can keep your eye on this every in the morning, Saturday morning, every half an hour or whatever, you can see that. If you'd have been, you know, it's easy to say in hindsight. If we'd have been doing this podcast half an hour earlier, we could look here and say, look at this solid blues, 1.83, 1.84. That's what I like to see. The price not moving. This type of thing where they take more of the book, solid blue here, and then yes, that price has moved in. That is what you're looking for. That is you know, that's a very good move there. 1.75, 1.76 in, and you know, that is what you are looking for. That's a perfect example of what you're looking for. If that price had not, if Sociedad had been 1.83 now, 1.84, I would say you get on that. That is what you are looking for. We'll go down to around here, Sheffield Wednesday, Preston. So yeah, again, as you can see, the timing of the market, again, this is a perfect example here. You've got Sheffield United 2.68, 2.68, you know, all the way through the evening. Pinks, they've taken more of the book, but it's pink, and then bang, 2.68 out to 2.94. Again, that's a perfect one, really. That's a perfect one. You know, really, you know, like I say, on a Saturday morning, if you can get up early, you know, do so. Yeah, not much. Let's have a look at that. Sunderland going 21,000. There's too little money there in the market to start messing around. Really, I mean today, really looking at this, the only thing I would say, the only thing I can see at the moment that I probably would be interested in getting involved is Manchester City. There's a solid pink here, and as you can see, the price has gone to 175, 178. I think if Newcastle can break through this 5, which, you know, Pinnacle has suggested they would, the Manchester City price could creep out. But the question is, how far would that really go? You know, I can't see that price going out much further than what 1.83, 1.84, and that's what you've got to sort of look at. You've got to look at the charts as well and think, you know, how far can this go? Or you can have a little nibble maybe on Newcastle, and suggesting that it could go, you know, into the 4.5 that it is with Pinnacle. So that would be one of interest. Another one, obviously, is the Ipswich one. When you look at here, it's not solid blue, but it's not bad, and they've taken a lot more money, you know. So I think that could come in to about 1.85, 1.86. What I would say as well is that come out, say like 8 o'clock, where it changes, all these colours can completely change. So if we go back, say like to the game that I highlighted earlier, well, these two games here, the Sociedad and the Sheffield Wednesday game, you see 1.6, it hasn't changed much. It's still there's still money coming in there for Sociedad, But as you can see, the colours change, and it can completely change. Just say, for example, if Sociedad for some reason went back out to 1.85, then you start seeing pinks here. Then, so these colours they change on that half-hour mark, depending on that money and what the calculations are. So you must be aware of that. And like I say, unfortunately, this is where on a Saturday it is really worth getting up early. As you can see, you've seen some good sort of movements there. But the main things is to have a look at this. If it's a solid colours and the price hasn't really moved, you know that it probably could move in that way. Anyway, I think that'll do for now. That'll do for an opening. I hope this helps. Any questions, just email admin@trailonsports.co.uk. I will look to do another video probably either this evening or tomorrow morning. I'll certainly do one tomorrow morning. And then, if anybody wants to look at anything or they see anything or wants to post anything, post in the gold room, and that benefits all. Okay then, I shall be back later, and thanks for watching.